Hello everyone. Turn down the light. Sorry about that. Well, I think it's down. Obviously, there we go. Oh my goodness. Testing. Testing. There we go. Sometimes. And we gotta turn this down. My grandson was playing with my laptop last week. There we go. Now let's see if we can get on here so we can see comments. Hey Tiff, how are you? I know, everybody can hear me. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to be going over our new beaded pen rack design board. This is something I designed this weekend with my husband. It comes in 5 pieces here, so I'm going to show you how to put it together. We did this because whether you're a beginner or you've made a lot of bead pens, this is an awesome board to work with. And we're going to be coming up with a board also for the, I knew there was goop on this, for the keychain ones too. It's just a great way to keep yourself organized and within the 2 inches that each beaded pen is allowed. Sometimes you'll start piling beads on, and then what happens is, guess what? You put on too many beads and now you got to take them off. So, I'm going to get some clips here. We're going to clip this together. And I also had my husband design me a little rack. And this is great for putting next to your cash register. It's also great if you got really expensive pens on there that you want to watch and keep a close eye on when you're at a craft show. So I highly recommend that too. So all these will be found on Etsy because Etsy has been showing our beaded pen racks a lot. So they sell better on Etsy right now. I'm just trying to level this so I can clamp it so we're not off track here. Get rid of that glue. So, from a standpoint of designing, this keeps everything right at your fingertips. Then you have these 2 little pieces, and you're going to want a little bit of glue in the hole here. Wait till you see how this works. I said to my husband, I need one of these because I'm forever putting beads on there that don't fit. And then you got to take them off. So that goes down there like that. This one goes down here like this. Now, if you didn't want to glue this on so you could take it apart and lay it down and put it away, that's fine. Hey, Monica. But, okay. I'll put a little glue on the side here. But I want mine totally set up, so I'm gluing mine together. And maybe what I should have them do is put like a hole. Dagnabbit. Oh. There we go. Can't aim worth a darn today. So, I am gluing mine together. like I said, this is nice to keep right by your cash register, on your counter, or say you have a teenage girl you want to buy a gift for. Get her started on this. Buy her the little rack, buy her this. Well, this is a nice starter one, Monica. It's for the collector or the starter until you get like totally wrapped up in them, and then you have so many of these totes full of supplies. Oops, we want to get that out of there too. So we made these little wells, and these little wells, first of all, let me show you how this works. Okay, this holds 3 beaded pens. Check out the fuzzy ones. Are they not adorable? I thought for Easter we need some fuzzy ones. So, and look at that. The fuzzy ones don't fit. That's not supposed to happen. All right, we'll do those. So anyhow, you put these over here. You take your tops off, because that's what you're going to do. You're going to put all your beads down in there. So you've got measurements on here up to 2 inches. So when we make the keychain ones, they're going to be up to 2.5, 2 3/4 inches. All right. So you look at your beaded pens, and then you decide, okay, what's my colors going to be? That's a red one. Okay. This one can go with the purple. So then what you do is you struggle to open up the bags. Where was that purple one I had up? Yeah, here it is. Okay. So you look at your pen, you kind of decide on your color scheme, and then you throw a bunch of pieces down in here. So it's this color. I already messed myself up because I put the wrong one in there. I know what I'm going to use. My favorite. I love the pearl ones. Oh, and if you've not been to, see, look, you can dump these in here and they're not going to be rolling all over on you. This batch came from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has some beads now. Like they have soft colors and they have these that are all kind of mixed up. So what you do is you start laying these out on here. Because once this is full, then you know you can't fit any more. So I'm thinking that's about that color too. So we can put that one in there. And then I always like to use these spacer ones. Oh, thank you, Tiff. I know you're almost hooked, right? So see, you're lining them up this way. And get this out of the way. I think I want a white bead in there. And of course, I definitely want one of these. I like bling with mine. Except I'm not sure that's, okay, that would be the green for that one. I'm going to use a clear one for that one. So see, you're just kind of setting them all up in a row, and then you can pile them on top. Now, that one goes there. There's my spacers. I want a white one in there. So I'm going to put the white one there. I'm going to add that one. And I'm going to add that one. And then, what am I going to put in between there? Ooh, I like that, but I think that one's too big. Nope. Let's go ahead and start putting them on. So see, this is standing for you. So then you just go ahead and you pile them on. Those, sometimes you have to spin those a little. And then I think I'm going to go for one of these. I think I have room for one of these. But see how it keeps everything right where you want it? Oh, do not tell me. It's telling me I'm about ready to die on my computer. I may have to run and get the other one. And we'll put this one on there. And then I think we have enough room for this one. I'm going to have to get the other computer before we lose it. So excuse me for just a minute while I run into the house. Does not require barking. Good. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and get this one up and running. Already is. So this one's about to die. I had it plugged in all weekend, but I guess it wasn't plugged in all the way. So let me just get to this one, and then we can turn that one off. And this one should be charged. Yep, it is. Okay, so let me turn that off. There we go. All right. So, and then all you have to do is put your top on it. Now, in doing this, it's always good to use this Super Weld Extreme by JB Weld. Now, when I put them here, I've already gone ahead and glued in here. Whoops. Oh, for sakes. Give up. So, I've already glued this down. So, when I do the top, I glue the top. Where did I put my top? Here it is. So, I put a little bit of glue on here, and then I screw this down. You see that? All done. So let's go with this one. Oh, except I don't want to go with this one. I wanted a pink one. But I don't have any more pink ones in here. They're all the fluff ones. So we'll go ahead and use this one. If it were a regular one, you know it would go all the way to the corner, to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. And sometimes you got to go ahead and grab it with the pliers to undo it. But I want to get a spot of glue down in there. So I'm going to untwist this. Put a little glue down in there. Whoop! Boy, they stayed pretty close. All right. Well, geez, what'd I do with it? Must be under here. Nope. I give up, ladies. You saw me unscrew it. Where did it go? Here it is. Jeez. I swear. All right. Gotta push back the little bunny tail. So I'm going to screw that in and make sure that's tight. Okay, I'm going to keep that up there. Now, with this one, I want to do a bunny at the top. And we got all kinds of bunnies here. Little bunny gnomes. Let me go ahead and bring you in. Oh, geez. There we go. So now you can see what's going on. Alright, so I've got a little bunny gnome. I don't know if you can see him. But he's got pink. He's got that turquoise in him. So now, we don't need to take up as much room on this. There's still about a good 1.5 inches. So, let me see what we got. Nope, don't want to use those. Sometimes it's just a matter of looking through your stuff. I definitely want one of these on here because I love the variation in color on there. Now, this is indicating that's almost all the way filled up. So, I think we're going to take one of these little spacers. But see how easy it is with this? We're going to take one of those little spacers and put that in there. But I was really hoping, and let me see if we can do it without that. I have these bale beads. Now these bale beads have a little hole on the side. So I think we can go ahead and use that. So first I'm going to put this one on. Then we're going to put this one on. Nope, we can use the spacer in there. So I'm going to put a pink spacer in there, jeweled. Going to put him on. And then we're going to put this bale on here, which, if it's on there, it needs one of those spacers in the middle of it, and I don't think I have any in here. I have these little rubber spacers, and I know I don't have one in here. I want to turn this dang heater off. It's getting too hot. Alright. That's not going to work either. Let's see what this would look like. Nope. If I had the little spacer, I would put the little spacer in here, and then I would put that on, and then I would hook on one of these little charms, and they look really cool hanging from the side. But I don't have the little spacers in here. And the little rubber spacer fits in the middle of this and doesn't allow that to rock back and forth. It firmly puts it on. So, thank you. All right. So, I'm thinking, let's put another one on there. I'm just looking to see what we can put on there. We can put a smaller one in there. So let's go ahead with this. I think I have enough room. This one's kind of cute because this has all the colors plus flowers. So let's see if we have enough room to put that one on. I think we do. Nope, too big. So, when all else fails and we're too big, then I go to one of these smaller ones. Don't want that one on there. And I don't like any of those. Here's one. It has like, it's white and it's kind of like marbled. Let's see if we can put that down there. then put that on, and then put that on. That's the right combination. So then we're going to put a little bit of glue on here and put our top on. Hey, Rachel. And there we go. Pretty fuzzy. So we can add that over here to our storage. Now when I get my beads in, I always mark on the bag how much everything is. So that way when I'm figuring out how much I have invested in the pen, I can go back to the beads and add it up and then figure it up that way. Ooh, I like that one. Let's do a purple one. Purple's like one of my favorite colors, and I got a lot of beautiful purple beads here with the turquoise. So see how versatile now? I think this is done drying, so we can take the clips off. And let's go ahead and remove this. Sometimes it sticks. So sometimes, like I said, you got to grab your needle nose and unscrew it. And we're putting a little glue down here in the middle. Now for those of you that are new to this, you open your pen at the bottom. And I always sell my pens with a refill. So that's how you get your refill out. So you don't have to worry about this getting stuck with the glue, but you want to hold everything in there. So let's go ahead and put that there. Let's see what we can do with this. So I'm setting it up with this. Ooh, I like these too. Because they have all those colors in it too. So we'll put that one there. I think we're going to have to make this just a little bit narrower because the bead's just supposed to sit on top there, not roll in there. So there's going to be a design change there. I see coming. And that's like a green. All right, let's see. We got something here that'll work. So it's pretty. So see that? If I use those three, it fills it up. And we would be done. I don't think I want to go with that. I want to go more purple. So there's some Halloween ones. Ooh, let's see. Let's go with a frosted one. I think that would be pretty, that purple frosted one. Or the white frosted. I think the white frosted would be good. Let's check it out, see what all I got in here. Got one of those. Let's do it like upside down. Let's put that one at the top. And I think I got room for a little spacer. Which would be one of those. Again, I have a lot of little ones that I could use, but I don't have in here the little rubber ones that go in there. So I can't use it. So I'm going to go with one of these. It's kind of like a turquoise. And I think by putting either one or two in there, we are good. So let's go ahead and do this one. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put one of these on. And I'm going to put that on. Then another one. And then I think the big one will fit. Yep. There she is. All right, put a little bit of glue. And screw it down. Check that one out. That's fuzzy. That is really cool. And see, to open the pen, you just click it, and that opens, brings the ink down. And turn it when you're closed, when you're done. Oh, we got some really cool ones looking there. All right, now I want to see. I got some of these. So. Nope. I left all my pens in the other room too. So we're working with, oh, there's one that has a little thing on the side with the little leather. I'll put that one in there. Yeah, all kinds of these in here. Let's go make a donut one. I know I've got some donut beads, some wooden beads that have like, well, I did have them. I had like, that's some pretty colors. That's an Easter one. Let's make an Oreo. I can't find the little wooden beads that have the donuts, the icing drizzling down, because I didn't bring all mine in with me. That looks kind of cool, green and yellow. So let's start with that. So, look at that. That's got the green and the yellow in it, but I'm not liking that one. And I think these yellows are too bright. Kinda, yeah. This one has, I need my other drawers. That's what's happening here. I'm looking for the ones I always use, and they're in the other room. All right, we're switching it out. We're going to do a cupcake. We even have glow in the dark. That's cool. All right, we've got pink on here, we've got blue, and we've got white. So, let's go with one of these. Ooh, that's pretty. And then we might just have enough room to put a white one in the middle. A small white one. Let's go ahead and try that combination. So, and that works. So, I don't know if I glued this one down here, so we're going to put a little glue down in there. And then we're going to put our jelly bead and then we're going to put our little small white bead and our cupcake. Little glue in the top. And there we go. Cool, huh? I like that one. And you should always test your pens to make sure they work. Look at how fast we're filling this up. All right. This is really fuzzy. I'm just kind of running it around to see what kind of perks up here. I think we could do a bunny one. Why not? Put him at the top. There we go. And it goes between his ears, so we are good. So, see if any of these. That looks good. That looks good too. But it's not good enough. Let's try that one. All right. So this is our, for those just joining, this is our little beaded pen design tray that my husband and I came up with this weekend. You've got your little well here that you put your beads in. Most of your beaded pens are going to be 2 inches here to fill. And you do all your designing here. Your pen sits here. Now because of the fluff, it's rocking. That's pretty. Now, I'm a little bit short on this one. So, what do I have that's cream colored? Actually, go with a big purple. Yeah, let's go with the purple. And then put a pink in between. And then we got kind of like a jeweled one going on here. Not liking that. All right. I think we do need a pink. But I need a bigger pink than what I got there. Ooh, I know. Let's go with this one. Ooh, yeah. And put this one in between. Ooh, I like that. And we still have room for one little spacer. Nope, nope, nope. Let's go with this one. I think that'll work. Yep, nope, too big. So, it's got kind of turquoise going on there. So let's put a turquoise base. There, perfect. And then we put a little. Got to spread his ears. Yeah. That's not staying, so we are going to take that off. And we're going to put a smaller one in there, a pink, because his ears, I didn't compensate for his ears that well. Thank you. And that one is a defect. The bead is backwards. I know, let's go for the blue. Yeah. And then put that on. That should be good. I was trying to put too much on him with his ears there. Now, if you had one of these that didn't have a hole in the top, you could just glue, like if he only had a hole in the bottom, like those Durables, you could just go ahead and glue that right on the top and you wouldn't even need to use that. But I love that one. I love that. That's so fuzzy. Do you like that one? I know you can't get excited about them like I do. Let's put that one up here. All right. I just eyed up a real pretty purple Oreo. So let's see what we can do with this. So we're setting that there. Let's put the Oreo at the top. And this has purple in the bead. I love that. And then either I'm going to move that there and put something here. See, and I love these too, where these are like a black bead but I need my little rubber spacer to fill that in. And the rubber spacer just goes in the middle of the bead and keeps it in place. And all the ones I want to use, I need my rubber spacers for. Boy, that stinks. Let's see if we can put that in there. All right, what color are we going to use? That's pretty on there. Sap. That's not dark enough. Well, see what I mean? How hard it is to get these open sometimes. Nope, that might be too big. Had that one out. Oh, let's go with a small pink one. That should work. These will go in my store. Now, you know what? Since we have black in this little puff belly here, I think we're going to go ahead and try and put one of these black spacers in there. I think we can do it. Just something to give it some pop. If I would have had my spacers, we would have been putting that black bead on here. Ooh, that's not black. That's green. It's right in front of you. Duh. Oh yeah. I'm liking that. Just looking for a pink lid and it's a white lid. Let's see, I have these jeweled ones, these jeweled ones, these of all different colors, these, all that need that little spacer in between them, and I could have done it, but I don't know where I put those. I think that's pretty cool, don't you? Got a little black bling in there. See how easy it is to fill these up already? I think I have time for one more. That one's really pretty. That one needs something special. We've got mixers. We've got daisies. We got mushrooms. We got flip-flops. Where those would be. Isn't that awful? I think we should do a mushroom. Let's do a mushroom. And I won't glue it. Wow, look at that. That looks pretty. So it's indicating a small one. And you know what? This pink is pretty darn close to that pink. So maybe we'll put that in the middle. So I know somebody likes mushrooms. Oh, we don't want to put that on yet. All right. Most of the time my beads fit on, but occasionally you get a dud. It just doesn't want to go. And sometimes you just have to screw it down. And sometimes it doesn't go nowhere. Okay, here we go. Yep. That's okay. It's falling apart. So here we go. I think what we can do with this one is use this for the top. Why not? Glue it all down. All right. If it doesn't want to go down, that's fine. We will make sure that we can do this. Okay. Now, I'm going to put that down in. And then I'm going to put one of these on here. Let's see. We can glue this to the top. The whole bead came apart, but if we can get it close to that mushroom, I think I can glue each individual piece on there to fit on the top. Yes, I can. All right. So here's what we're going to do. It appears that this thing is all in like slices. So we're going to put the nut slice on. Then we're going to put a little glue and put the next slice on. And then put a little more glue. This glue is amazing, by the way. Now, are these going to come off? Feels like they are. So, we're going to put some glue in between there. Well, that looks kind of funky. And then I'm going to put a little glue down here. And look at that. It can't go nowhere. That's a cool one. That's really different. And look at that. We filled all the holes. If I can get it in the hole. There we go. There. Now, where did I put the lid? There we go. So, and look at, everything has pretty much stayed right here. I didn't knock it over, believe it or not. So now we can just take what we've got in the hole and put it back where it goes. Those go in a separate one. So look at that. It even helps with cleanup. Whoop. Okay, this one goes over here. This one goes in here. Yep, one more. So see, it keeps everything pretty contained for you. And this allows you to set it up. We just got to make this narrower. That's too wide. These balls aren't supposed to roll in there. So that needs to be changed. Slight design flaw. But hey, I think we nailed it pretty much on the first try. Don't you? I mean, I think it makes a nice gift for a young girl too. You buy her this, you buy a small one, you buy her a bunch of beads and some of your beaded pens, and boom, you're going to town. Get rid of these and put these in with the other ones. I think we got some pretty cool, different looking ones there. Now, Wednesday, I think Wednesday we're going to do a soccer door hanger. I've had a request for that. So, that's what we'll be working on. But right now, I think I got a pretty easy cleanup. And then, like I said, we'll be working on doing one of these design trays for the keychains too. I personally don't think they need to stand up. Husband decided, let's make them stand up. I said, no, let's do it this way. Have a little rack up here that it sits on, and then put all your items down there. So, that's about what we have for tonight. Oops. Let's get this one out of there. There we go. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All ready for Easter. I thought I pulled it up. Right? So the fluffy ones can sit down in. You are so right. I just had these sitting in the drawer. I'm like, let's make some fluffy ones. Thank you. All right, you all have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me. And watch this week for Rachel.